Okay, now that we have our comp page done right over here, we can go ahead and fill out our reconciliation section. Like I stated before, I put comp 1 as the one on Ridgeland Drive because that one is the most similar. Well, actually, no, it is the most similar to the subject 2. It just has concession adjustments, which makes them a little bit higher here. So then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to weight these out. I personally would probably give 40% weight to comp 1. I'm going to give 30% comp weight to comp 2. And then comps 3 and 4, I'm going to give 15%. And then I'm just going to go ahead and type out why I gave them that weight. So comp 1 is given most weight as it is located on the same road as the subject and is similar in age, condition, GLA, and has an unfinished basement. Sale 2 is similar in age, condition, GLA, and has an unfinished basement. Sale 3 is also similar in age, condition, GLA, and has an unfinished basement. Let's look at sale 4 before I type it in. So sale 4 obviously was used to bracket square footage and has a larger basement. So I'm just going to put that. Sale 4 is used to bracket GLA. It is an older home and given an age adjustment and has a larger unfinished basement. So now, once I calculate out these numbers of the 40%, I can come up with my values. So comp number 1, I gave 40% weight. So I would just do the 166 times 0.4. It looks like my server just crashed, so hold on one second. All right, my server's back up. Okay, so I can do the 166 times 0.4, and I just write this all down so I know what the numbers are. So that's 66.4. Then I do 170 times 0.3, because we gave it 30% weight, 51. 163.8 times 0.15, 15% weight, is the 24.57. And then 159.38 times 0.15 for comp 4 is 23.9. So now I'm going to add all these numbers up, which I wrote down on my pad. And the value I came up with was 166. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. And right here. Oops. And it looks like we're right in good range because the sales price is $156. So we're actually $10,000 higher, which is awesome. So now I'm going to add my map. Every report needs a map, and they sometimes actually ask for an aerial map as well. And I'll go ahead and I'll throw that into the report just so I can show you what it looks like. So here are my comps. Looks like we do have one that is out of the subdivision, but I am positive. Oh, looks like these didn't place correctly. Alright, so these didn't place correctly. You can see subject actually should be over here when I did it. Let's see. And I'm sorry, let me move these around because I didn't place them right. Okay, this Ridgeland one is more over here on the same street. And then Pine Tea goes right down here. So there we go. That's better. Then this Ridgeland Drive also needs to get moved over here. And Scarlet Circle. See if I can move it. Okay, there we go. Usually I'd have to Google these to see exactly where they're at, but because they did the inspection, and took the comp photos, I know where these addresses were at. So there we go. So my neighborhood boundaries on page 1 is going to be this Iona to the north, Lincoln to the south, Crowley Road to the to the west, and 55th to the east. So we should be good. Okay, so then it's going to do our flood map. Okay, hit finish. Okay, so then I'm just going to show you how to do an aerial map real quick. I just hit this down arrow and I do subject location map only. And it should just put it right where it needs to be. And actually, it looks like it didn't again. Always does this. I think my subject location map is messed up as well. It looks like they didn't place it where they needed to either. So that's a problem. I'm going to have to go back and fix my location map, but I'm going to do that after this video because I only have a certain amount of time on it. So, all right. So then we're going to go back here. I'm going to put in my neighborhood boundaries. And I know for a fact that Iona Road was to the north. Lincoln was to the south. And the west was actually Ammon Road. It mapped it wrong. And I didn't see that when I was doing the map. So the east was 45th. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of go through page 1 and just do this every time I do a report. I always have to hit 0 for special assessments. It was vacant. It's purchased. We're good there. Good there. I get these numbers, the one price unit. I kind of get them from right here. And this should be 180, not 18,000. So I would usually go about 10 to 15,000 less on what this says and a little bit higher on what this says. So I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do 162 on the low end. Like I said, about 10,000 higher or lower. And then I'm going to do 130, 231. And then on here, I'm going to do about 150. That's the average in that area. They sell for about 150. And they're pretty new, so I'm going to do 5. Definitely the age is not 100 years old in that area for the high. I would say maybe 30. So we're good there. Looks like the girls missed the zoning classification for that. So when I send it, I'm going to let them know it needs to get put in the report because that's the administrative job. This effective age should be 0. It's a brand new home. Full basement. Everything looks good. Here, everything's filled out. These need to be 0s because it's UAD. There was no deck, patios, anything like that. And then we're going to do our list of sales price ratio, which we get from the MC sheet, which is right over here, and it's actually 100, so no adjustments warranted. So if that's the case, I come over here to page 3 on the additional comments, and I scroll down here and I make this little comment that says list to sale. You right click it and you can go append from quick list, and it says no list to sale price ratio was warranted per the MC data sheet. So we're good there. I take out this comment every time. A lot of lenders come back and say, please take that out. So I take that out. Dustin will keep it in sometimes if it's not FHA or VA, but I take it out. So a 32 adjustment per square foot was given for GLA, a 10% adjustment for basement, and 12 for basement square foot finish. Because this was a new home, we do need to do the cost approach. And I'm going to have to show you how to do the cost approach in a different video and how to plug in the numbers because we use a source called dwelling cost, and you have to plug in the numbers on the website. But I'll have to, like I said, do that in a different video, so we'll just ignore that for right this second. Cornerstone Home Lending. Everything else looks good. I'm going to take out this Jamie Williamson right here. There's another one right here that I'm actually going to take out as well. And since I helped out with the inspection, I'm going to make my comment up here. It says Jamie Inspection. I'm just going to add that. And then there are all my photos. And then I'm going to hit Contents, and I'm just going to put them in the right order, which is, I like my comps underneath my subject photos. Oops, dang it. We didn't have an additional comp page 7 through 9, so these are just extra. I can take those out. And then I can move my 15 page above those. Those there. Should be good. And now I'm going to hit the sign button because I want to see what UAD errors I need to fix. Looks like there's 5. I hit yes, correct. It'll pop up with a list over here, and then I can fix it. 1 unit housing is below the predominant high-end range. Oh, that's why. Okay, so this was the low. This should be my average. So my low is not right. It needs to be like 122, which means this might have been 18,000. And I think it was, so I'm going to change it back. Zoning's blank, we knew that. We just need to fix the ones in the red arrows. So condition adjustments blank. Oh yes, so these are all C2s. They need zeros. I missed 0 here. These are basically saying you need to put a 0. Comp 4 needs a 0. Okay, so because my subject's a C1 because it's a brand new home and my comps are C2s, I make this comment right over here. It will let me. Condition adjustment. Come on. Oh, not that one. This right here, condition. The appraiser is aware that the subject is given C1 condition adjustment. This is because the subject has not been lived in yet. All comparables were given C2 conditions, however, no adjustments were warranted. That should be some. Okay, and I think that is it. That is the report, and then after I completely finish it, I go through and I just do a 5-minute check to make sure everything's filled out correctly. And I print it to PDF and I send it to the QC department, and I will show you that in the next video with the dwelling cost.